Congratulations to the team at Tesla. They've now started production of the fully dry 4680. By that, I mean they're now using the dry coating, the dry lamination process to coat both the cathode and anode in the 4680 cells that they're producing in Austin. That's a huge achievement, and it's the result of about 8 years of work. I think they purchased Maxwell around 2018 or 2019, and the project would have started before that. But it matters for 3 reasons. First, it means that Tesla no longer has to import parts of the 4680 cell to manufacture them. They can fully manufacture the 4680 in-house now, which gives them the ability to scale at will. Second, because the dry coating process is cheaper, region adjusted, it should allow Tesla to produce the cheapest battery cells and packs in the world. Third, Tesla now has the only alternative to the Chinese battery supply chain monopoly in the world. Now for me, getting this news was a big relief. I started this channel 6 years ago now, almost exactly 6 years ago. And in the lead up to Battery Day, I predicted most of what they would go on to unveil at Battery Day. But I didn't expect them to take this long to deliver. So it's been 5 years since Battery Day, and I've done my best to keep you all updated with their progress on the 4680. Now, to be clear, I'm not saying that Tesla is completely out of the woods yet, but they have all the basic technologies they need in place now, not just for the production of the 4680 cells themselves, but also the entire supply chain. But it takes time to ramp these complex systems and long supply chains. So I think over the next few years, we're just going to see a gradually increasing proportion of Tesla's battery cells coming from their in-house production. Either way, thanks for going on this journey with me for the past 6 years. And I still have a lot more information I want to share, and I suppose I'll keep doing that until I'm replaced by an AI. As for today's video, as usual, I'll share my thoughts on what was said at the earnings call and what was in the slide deck, and what we can expect in the near future. Before we begin, a special thanks to my Patreon supporters, YouTube members, and Twitter subscribers, as well as Rebellionaire.com. They specialize in helping investors manage concentrated positions. Rebellionaire can help with covered calls, risk management, and creating a money master plan from your financial first principles. Starting with the slide deck, besides confirming that they had started producing fully dry 4680s, Tesla stated that they had started producing certain Model Ys with 4680 cells in an effort to help navigate supply chain challenges caused by trade barriers and tariff risks. Vaibhav also touched on this in the earnings call, stating, quote, "Our biggest constraint globally continues to be on the battery pack front. While our teams have been creative in trying to resolve the situation by now putting 4680 cells in non-structural packs, we continue to iterate, improving things from here on." End quote. My first thought after hearing these comments was that Tesla said exactly the same thing a year ago, that they had a battery cell constraint. So I devoted a video to assessing where there could be a cell constraint, and came to the conclusion that there didn't appear to be any significant cell constraint. Then, in the subsequent earnings call, Tesla said it was no longer an issue. That is, if there was a cell constraint, it seemed to be fleeting and overblown. So, are we just seeing a repeat of last year? If I had to guess, I'd say what's going on here is not that Tesla can't get enough battery cells, but that they can't get enough battery cells at the right price for vehicles produced in the United States due to trade and tariff challenges. I say that because Tesla has had relatively flat vehicle sales in the United States for several years now, and they get the battery cells for those vehicles from Giga Nevada. There's been no indication that Panasonic has cut production at that factory, And in fact, they've started ramping production at another factory in Kansas City. So does that mean Panasonic's supply chain isn't very well isolated from China, and that Tesla is therefore trying to preferentially consume their in-house produced 4680 cell? That would be my best guess, but that brings us to my second thought about the cell constraint comments. They were so ill-defined that all they really did was add noise and confusion. If the battery cell constraint is having a material effect on Tesla's business, then they should have specified what factories, vehicles, trims, or products are being affected, and what the outlook is for resolving those business impacts. As for the comment about using 4680 cells in a non-structural pack, it's not ideal, but it's also not concerning. As a refresher, a non-structural battery pack is a less advanced pack architecture where there's both a lid to the battery pack and a structural floor pan. That's as opposed to a structural battery pack, which uses the lid of the battery pack as the structural floor pan, which reduces weight and cost. In the past few years, Tesla has chopped back and forth between structural and non-structural packs, castings, and stamped bodies, depending on what was the easiest to deliver within their supply chains and factories. That is, using the 4680 in a non-structural pack doesn't indicate that there will be any issues with using the fully dry 4680 cells for structural packs in the future. The next thing worth noting about the quarterly report is that Tesla is now providing capacity information for not just vehicle production, but also their energy storage business, robotics, the city-by-city robotaxi rollout, AI training compute, and battery manufacturing. Let's take a closer look at the battery manufacturing section. In past videos, I stated that reports peg the Tesla Prismatic LFP battery factory at up to 10 gigawatt-hours of annual production. Tesla's indicating that it's actually 7 gigawatt-hours, and my guess is that it's likely going to be the end of this year or early next year before that line hits the full 7 gigawatt-hour production rate. Next, what about the 40 gigawatt-hours of annual production capacity for the 4680? The last information we had from a couple of years ago was that Tesla had installed 4 4680 lines in Austin at 25 gigawatt-hours each for a total nameplate capacity of 100 gigawatt-hours. Does that mean the 100 gigawatt-hours of nameplate capacity didn't pan out, and that the machines only ended up being capable of 10 gigawatt-hours of production each for a total of 40 gigawatt-hours? Or does it mean that they're only operating 2 of those lines at partial capacity, and that they still have at least 2 more lines that they can grow into? The latter would be more likely, but even if the lines are only capable of 10 gigawatt-hours each, that would still be considered an industry-leading production rate. But what I think is most likely is that they're still running one 4680 production line with wet-coated cathode imported from Asia, and then running another 4680 production line producing the new fully dry 4680 cells. This makes the most sense to me because if they have the partially wet-coated 4680 supply chain and production system humming along to support the Cybertruck, it would allow them to focus on ramping one fully dry 4680 production line for other vehicles and trims. It would also dovetail nicely with the cathode materials production capacity of 10 gigawatt-hours and lithium refining capacity of 30 gigawatt-hours, which would mostly take care of the material requirements for a fully ramped 20 to 25 gigawatt-hour battery line over the next year or so. Either way, in my view, what all this means is that we shouldn't expect the ramp of battery materials and 4680 production to have any discernible impact on Tesla's bottom line until next year. Moving along, I think it's worth taking a moment of appreciation for the fact that Tesla stated that they're currently ramping 6 factories at the same time: the lithium refinery, the Prismatic LFP battery factory in Nevada, the Cybercab production line in Austin, the semi-production line in Nevada, the new Megapack factory in Texas, and the Optimus factory in Fremont. Most of those factories require top-tier teams of engineers working on first-of-a-kind production systems on groundbreaking technology. There's simply no other company in the world doing anything like this. My expectation is that most of this capacity will spin up slowly in 2026. Then in 2027, it'll start showing in Tesla's financial results. And 2028 will be the year that Tesla finally hits an entirely new gear for scaling and profitability along multiple fronts. But as much as I'm excited about that profitability as a shareholder, it's the technology that keeps me riveted. And we have a lot to look forward to on that front. Tesla has too much going on to list everything here, but let's look at a few potential dark horses. First, it's been a long time since we heard about the 4680 production capacity at Giga Nevada. Many people have suggested that it would make sense for Tesla to make a longer version of the 4680 cell for the Semi, and I'd have to agree. I'm not completely sold on it because I like the simplicity of one form factor, but the Tesla Semi will use enormous battery packs, so the economies of scale could make it worthwhile. Although the Semi will likely ramp very slowly, if they do make a longer version of the 4680, I'd assume they'd want to start construction of the supporting cell lines sometime this year. Second, Joe Techmeyer has discovered there's new activity occurring at the cathode production plant in Austin. About a year ago, I said it was about time for Tesla to start setting their sights on producing an LFP 4680 cell. So I'm hoping this is the leading edge of an LFP 4680 that could enter production sometime late next year after the initial 4680 ramp. Third, in order to keep the growth of their Megapack business running full steam ahead, Tesla likely needs to announce another Megapack factory by the end of this year. And bear in mind that Elon said in the last earnings call that they have exciting plans for Megapack 4. Fourth, this isn't a dark horse, but I think it's underappreciated. Tesla's investing in fully vertically integrated solar panel production, with the first goalpost being 100 gigawatts of annual production capacity. That could reshape the energy landscape in America, and at some point, it's probably worth doing a video on. In summary, we're very much in a calm before the storm situation with Tesla at the moment. All of the projects that Tesla has been hammering away on for the past 5 to 10 years are now being listed as different types of capacity in their quarterly report. That is, they're no longer science projects, but assets that are expected to start cranking the money printer in the next few years. For me, for the 4680 project, it feels like the end of an era. With the basic production system now in place, Tesla can start focusing on the really fun stuff in their battery patent portfolio related to energy density, charging speed, and cycle life. Tesla has the potential to produce not only the lowest cost battery cells in the world, but also the most performant. That's because they were able to solve the dry battery electrode, which is a tough problem that no other company has yet solved at scale. So they may be able to solve other battery challenges that other companies haven't been able to. As always, please consider supporting the channel with the links in the description, which now also includes a referral link for Signature Solar. If you use that link to purchase home battery or solar equipment, it nets me a small percent-based credit. But that can add up on a large purchase, and it really helps the channel. On that note, a special thanks to Chris Hale for your generous support of the channel, my YouTube members, ex-subscribers, and all the other patrons listed in the credits. I appreciate all of your support, and thanks for tuning in.